Hi, this is Mad Av. I'm going to teach Tagalog so you could have a dialogue in Tagalog. I'm just kidding. All right, so my goal is to teach foreigners or non-Tagalog speakers to learn Tagalog. So if you go to the Philippines, you could get by with a few words, and hopefully, if you stay in the Philippines, then you'll be able to understand what they're talking about. And but we know that Philippines speak English. You could pretty much go anywhere and talk to them in English, but eventually you would want to learn how to speak the language. So we'll start with something basic. Not only I'm going to teach you how to say, not only I'm going to teach you the words and phrases, but I'll teach you how to pronounce them properly. Okay, let's start with Tagalog. It's actually pronounced Tagalog. There's an accent right there. Tagalog. That's the main language in the Philippines, and eventually we decided to call it Filipino. So it's not Tagalog anymore. We say Filipino, but it's based on Tagalog. Although I have to warn you that there are pure Tagalog speakers in certain regions because my wife is from one. She grew up where the place I grew up, but her family is from a different region, and she would say words in Tagalog that I never heard of, and sometimes she would laugh at me because I didn't know I didn't know what it meant. Now she explained it to me, and but we're going to learn the mainstream Tagalog. Okay? So, our syllables, did I say syllables? No, our vowels are pronounced this way. Ah. Okay? E, I, O, U. Again, let's say that. A, E, I, O, U. So, for instance, if I write, say something like this, okay? Okay, don't worry about this word first. You could memorize it if you want, but I try not to have you memorize things, but internalize things. But this is just for example, just to demonstrate how you could how you use the vowels. So this would be pronounced pa pa, okay, because it's a. Now here's the thing about Western speakers. Western speakers would tend to put a silent H, not silent, but more of a subtle H, because it's a habit when you're talking. So a Westerner may pronounce this pack, pack. Okay? And some, if you pronounce this an A, it may sound like this, pack, pack. Okay? Some accents would say pack, pack, and some may get pop, 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 but with an H. You have to lose the H and you have to lose the E. You have to say pak, pak. Okay? Not pak, pak, not pack, pack. Especially pack, pack, you'll be in trouble because, well, not really in trouble, but it's funny because it means the female private part. in Tagalog. So if you say pack, pack, and you have Filipinos around you, they'll be laughing. But don't feel bad because we just like to laugh. Those of you who have been in the Philippines for a long time probably know that we smile a lot, we laugh a lot, we laugh at things, we laugh about ourselves. So it's nothing for you to be offended by, you know. But try to learn the pronunciation properly, because see, I'm teaching you because none of us would comment on you if you have the foreign accent, because we truly are happy when you are learning our language. We're not going to criticize you. Nobody in the Philippines would criticize the way you pronounce our words, but it's good to know how to pronounce it properly. So I could just imagine somebody trying to say, oh, tingnan mo yung ibon, or look at the bird. It has may malaking, it has big, pack, pack. I'm pretty sure everybody around you will be laughing. Or, oh, where did you see it? Where in the plane did you see? Oh, I sat by the pack. You know, so we'll try to learn the proper pronunciation. Okay, let's erase that. And here's the word that I would like you to learn or internalize. I'm going to try to remove memorize, because memorization to me is probably the lowest way to learn things. You see what I mean? I think the best way is to internalize things, and then it sticks to you. It's a lot easier to stick to you than trying to memorize. I think of memorizing as like studying for the exam, and then once the exam is over, you forget everything about it. So I would like you to internalize things. Okay, so say you got off the plane, you greet the stewardess, you want to say thank you, or you're right there in a processing your papers or showing your passports and stuff in front of the immigration officer, then you want to say thank you, and therefore you want to say salamat. Okay, salamat is pronounced with an accent right here. Salamat. It's not salamat. You know, some people I hear, okay, I'm not putting you down. I'm not putting you down. I'm just teaching you the proper way. Salamat. Okay, not salamat, but salamat means thank you. Sorry to be redundant, but I think that's the way for me to make you internalize it. I'm just going to repeat it again and again. Salamat, thank you. Now, there's a word in the Philippines, for those of you who been there a long time, and for those of you who hadn't been there, you will hear this word all the time. And it's probably going to drive you nuts. I'm going to ask you, po. So, po, or we don't say po, it's po. There's what you call an impit. That's what we, that's an accent we have. This is how we write it, impit. It's an accent we have in the Philippines that you have to cut the word. So instead of saying po, we have to say po. Okay, so it's like punching your stomach. Po. So you also want to lose that H right there, that subtle H, po. Okay, so it's po. So po does not necessarily mean respect, but it shows respect to somebody you're talking to. So if you're talking to an elder or somebody who has designation like a doctor, lawyer, or whatever, then you want to use that po. Or if you're talking to somebody, a representative of an establishment, then you want to say po. Like for instance, if you're talking to the immigration officer, you know, he finished processing your papers and he let you go. You want to say salamat po. Okay? Salamat po. Okay. So let's erase this and we'll get to another word. Kumusta. Kumusta means how, put a question mark here, how are you? Okay. Kumusta. Now, it's not pronounced kumusta, it's pronounced kumusta, meaning how are you? Whether you agree with me or not, well, you can't agree with me because if you're a foreigner, but some Filipinos, this is obviously a contraction of como and esta. I studied Spanish for a year in 1987. Como esta. Now I'm confused with where the accent is. Is it here or here? So you could comment if you speak Spanish, if you're, but that's what I remember. There's a reverse question mark here and a question mark there. So now you can see how they're similar. Como esta, kumusta. It's just the way we spell things. And, put that together. Pronounce this fast enough, it's going to sound kumusta. 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 Close. So, let's do it this way. So, kumusta means how are you? We already know that. So, we're just going to put question and answer right here. Okay, so, kumusta, or again, if you're talking to somebody elder or somebody you want to show respect to, kumusta po. So you want to add that. Kumusta po. Okay? This is from somebody your age, somebody you know, kumusta, or somebody introduced to you, just want to say kumusta if you're the same age. Kumusta po, it's for somebody older than you. I mean, when older, not 2 years older or not 5 years older, dramatically older. So you want to say kumusta po. And also if somebody has designation, again, doctor, lawyer, etc. Now somebody will answer you mabuti. Okay? That's pronounced as mabuti. In Tagalog, we pronounce each syllable. We don't run by it, We don't say mabuti, Somebody may say, I heard somebody say, my booty, almost sounds like my booty. How terrible could that be? How are you? My ass. That doesn't sound right. So, mabuti, again, it's a, u, like we said, a, e, o, u, then e, mabuti. Okay? Mabuti. Again, not my booty, it's mabuti. So, if you're answering to somebody older, somebody's asking, or somebody answering to you, and that person is way younger than you or younger, we'll say mabuti po. Or if you're answering to your doctor or somebody older than you, answering to your attorney, you will say mabuti po. Mabuti po. Okay? Somebody may also say mabuti naman. Okay? Naman you say naman. It's really quite fast. Naman. Mabuti naman. Okay? Mabuti naman. So, naman here is used as describing your state. There's not actually a pinpoint definition to it, but okay, let me get back to it. Sorry, we got cut. So naman, there's no pinpoint definition on it. It's one of those I call concept words that you just fit it in depending on what you're talking about. Because naman here describes your state. Mabuti naman, you're just fine, you're okay. Mabuti naman, and it could be something you could automatically say to somebody. So somebody will say, kumusta ka? Mabuti naman. But naman could also mean your turn. Like if I say, ikaw naman, that means your turn. So it depends on your subject or your topic or whatever you're talking about. So that's probably why some people are having a hard time learning Tagalog, because we have a few of these, or maybe a lot of these, that don't pinpoint an exact definition. So talking about that, just okay. You could also hear somebody say, okay lang. So now it's Taglish. Okay lang. Again, it's not lang, it's lang. Okay lang. Remember, okay lang. So, you could also add okay lang po. Again, if somebody's older than you, okay lang po. Or mabuti naman po. So, you always want to add those in the end when you're talking to somebody elder, again, somebody who has a position, or somebody with designation like doctor, lawyer, and stuff. So I think that's enough for now. There's a lot of concepts and words that you need to internalize. And let's recap. So we have kumusta, mabuti, what's the other one? Salamat, which means thank you. So now, on my next video, I would like to discuss situations about, say, asking for directions, or how to buy, or it depends. Whatever I think will be nice to follow up on this topic. Okay, so thank you very much. Sorry if I'm a little bit staggering, because this is my first vlog, and I hope you like it, and I hope you follow me on the next vlog. Thank you.